Welcome back to Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. Last time, a mission that made me very nervous was actually out of the way, and now we find out... this is kind of funny. I think this might actually be a reference to the fact that they did actually change something here. I've heard that in the original Sonja did actually drug everyone. But I like to think that that this recording got Andy here and then started reading "Go the F to Sleep" to him, and then he fell asleep. You have- wait, what? There is Andy lore in Reboot Camp? What? Andy has sisters? And this is the point where we found out, this is the point where we started listening in. Interesting.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
Yeah, the new tools thing was just vaguely mentioned in the last one. I like how they made it the subject of like a whole joke. But anyway, yes, this time we are going to find... Hi there, pun in the map description. This time we're going to find out, finally, Sonja's goal. And as you can see, no deployment facilities, so we're stuck with what we have for this one. But that's where Andy shines. One thing I've kind of noticed about Andy is he's kind of given me an Alfred from Fire Emblem Engage vibe, in the sense that, I dismissed him initially, but thinking about it now... That was just a recording. We're not actually friends. It's not that kind of test, Andy. This is a test where I kill you. I'm surprisingly liking Andy more as a character in the remake than I thought I would, even though he's pretty dumb. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, like, his hyper repair is a better asset than I expected it to be. Okay, this is cheating a little bit, but I know that there is a rocket in there, and I know there is a sub there. Now, my cruiser will be able to reach both, the cruiser is able to reach that sub this turn, so I can safely scout with the sub here, and then go for a first shot here, but in this map, I actually may need my cruiser's ability against air units for once. It's kind of rare that ability actually comes into effect, but it is here, and kind of in a big way, because Sonja does have a bomber. And speaking of Sonja's bombers, I have something to say after this bombardment is over. So in hard mode, Sonja has a bomber like here, but on normal she only has one around here. She has a fighter though, and that fighter is just an absolute pain, because not only is it kind of preventing this transport copter from getting to the HQ, but at the same time, fighters are really, really hard to pin down if you're going for a route victory. So I'm going to drop you there. Now, Sonja has a copter that is in the darkness here. So I want to be very, very careful about where I position things, because I do not want to lure in that copter before I have a response to it. So this anti-air, I think, can probably afford to go over here and not hide. I know Sonja has a battleship, but I don't think it's that close right now. And I unfortunately have to move this battlecopter of my own if I want to make the missile get into a decent position. But, using the words missile and decent position in the same sentence. Here's the thing. Like, there are, like, some tanks and artillery around this area, but there's also a bomber, so I kind of want to lure that over here. I'm just thinking whether you need the medium tank up here, or whether I would better use the medium tank. I think I'll use the medium tank on the lower front. You are going to get in there, and you are going to get in there. And we're going to go, I suppose, tank will go there, mech will go there. And this rocket is going to try and guard my shoreline later, and this recon will hop in one of these woods and try and be a bit of a shoreline scout. I may need this infantry later. Like again, there is a beach up here, so you can maybe go for a lander HQ capture that way, but good luck getting a lander that far through the sea. Because one thing to remember is this map is actually smaller than it looks. The remake makes...
Show me what you can do.
The maps look a lot bigger than they actually are. Okay, good, the copter got itself trapped. That's what I was hoping would happen. And now she's going to shoot this, but it's only going to lose 2 HP on the cruiser, and I can repair that later with hyper repair. Do need to be careful though, because I know from experience there's actually a copter around the center of the map, and if it gets the first strike on my cruiser, bad things will happen. Because, okay then, I need to keep the sub there while I finish off the rocket. So let's finish this. I just realized that since units take more damage as they're in terrain, as their HP decreases, there is, like, you can kind of, sort of, get an idea of how much HP Sonja's units have by the damage percentages, but it's not like it's going to be a huge help. First strike in this tank is good, especially since I have a mech in the area, and Sonja almost certainly, yeah, she has enhanced vision, so no reason to go in the woods with this, well, I mean, the mech couldn't go in the woods anyway, but yeah, I'm going to take the cover of the city. And right now, I'm actually going to finish this sub with my sub instead of the cruiser, because again, I think I need this cruiser to go low, and eventually go to the west. No, to the east. Yeah, I always get those mixed up. But yeah, I can see this copter now. That's actually good to know, because I need to put this cruiser in a position where it can't get hit by the copter, because cruiser getting first strike by a copter is somehow a win for the copter, and that really shouldn't be true, but it is. Now, this copter's probably going to attack my sub right now, unless she can't see it, or has a vision of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, she will be able to see it, yeah. Sonja, when she activates Enhanced Vision, she's essentially, okay, right. I'm actually going to do this. I'm not going to, no, you need to move as far into the map as you can, because I know that Bomber is close. I need to move my missile closer in, because it needs to be on hand, because I'm very soon going to deal with a Bomber, and right then. So what this is going to do is, this copter's going to go here, drop the mech in the mountains so I can actually see. Yep, hi there, Bomber. Bomber has that range. Missile goes as far forward as it can. Meanwhile, you... Like, I absolutely cannot put, like, anything anywhere without it having a chance of getting hit by stuff, but, like, I'm kind of banking on her going for the APC right now. My own copter. What does my own copter do? Because I know that she has a fighter up there. I do, like, I don't, the fighter's not going to be on me right now. At least I hope it's not going to be on me right now. So I can kind of put you there to maybe ward off, because I know she's got, like, a tank in the vicinity as well. So, okay, the Bomber. The Bomber can either hit that infantry, which is going to, the mech, which is not going to be good. The Bomber can, it might end up going there. Yeah, this is the problem, because I really need to lure that Bomber into a spot where I can actually get a good hit on it. And no, I need to keep my rocket down here for now. I mean, I can load this infantry in a transport if I want to. Don't think it'll really help that much. I mean, I could try and creep it through the woods in the middle peninsula, but she's probably going to see it eventually because she's Sonja, and she usually gets at least 2 enhanced visions per map. Speaking of enhanced vision...
What a pleasant surprise. As an opponent, Andy's not half bad.
I love her sass so much.
Enhanced vision.
Sonja's a weird combination of love to hate and just genuine love in this game, just because, yeah. Cassandra Lee Morris does play these kind of characters really well. Like, it's one thing where, like I do kind of, like, wish that they got actually, Japanese voice actors for the Gold Comet COs. One in particular that we won't see until the second game, but at the same time, I do think Cassandra Lee Morris does play this kind of character very, very well. So, I think this voice does fit. Like, it's kind of close to how I always imagined Sonja. Advance Wars 1 Sonja, maybe. Advance Wars 2 Sonja's a lot less morally ambiguous, let's just say. This was just kind of one of the biggest shocks going back to the first game, in like, just seeing Sonja like this. Of course, the other shocks were Olaf and not so much Grit, because Grit's pretty similar across both games. Kanbei, though. Kanbei is a gigantic moron in Advance Wars 1. That was something I was not expecting. Ah, yikes. That's not an anti-air range, is it? And that loses me a lot of vision. Oh, I can't see that cruiser anymore. And there's a battleship there now. Wait, hang on a minute. I think that is in missile range. Okay, it is. Right. Oh, but it's also an anti-air range. I don't quite have... Okay, this is interesting. So I don't think there's anything in that tile. Because okay. Here's what I'm doing. Okay, Mr. Mech hits this guy. I will probably get hyper repair midway through my turn. Not with that though. That's only 1 HP. Oh, that can't even shoot anything right now. Okay. Ooh, that's not a good position for the sub because the cruiser's going to be around that area. Okay, right. This is battleship there. So my plan is that the cruiser hits the battlecopter. And then... yeah. This should give me hyper repair. Do you like the Gold Comet Bomber design? And yep, that was hyper repair. Let's go.
I don't know why I'm fighting, but I won't lose.
That line is the biggest summary of Andy that I've ever heard.
Hyper repair.
It's like I like Andy so much more than I expected to. I don't know why. It's just I don't know. I've said before in videos that I always used to hate Ash in the Pokemon anime, and yet I don't know why I like Andy so much, even though he has like the exact same voice and is pretty much the same character. Like, I think it's because that's, like, this is making me realize that Ash, like, inherently is not a bad character. It's more that I feel like the reasons I disliked Ash were more just the constraints of the Pokemon anime, like what it had to work with. The fact that it was forced to follow a very formulaic structure, having Ash be perpetually 10 for the entire duration of it. Again, you know, the formulaic structure. It's just... I feel like he never really got to truly shine. Then again, though, I've heard Ash is quite good in the X and Y anime. Then again, the X and Y anime is probably going to be a pain for me to watch if I ever did watch it, because I am a gigantic Ash Misty shipper. Ash Misty was like my first ship of all time. It was definitely like, yeah, the first thing I ever shipped in my life. So I've got a very big soft spot for it, and because of that, I would... the fact that they are essentially making Ash Serena kind of canon in that one, as canon as you can get, with Ash being all I love you and all you guys. Is it more worthwhile if I hit the tank? I actually think it's more worthwhile if I hit the tank. Because, okay, then those things are both damaged now. And you can go in there. It would be great if Andy's CO powers gave a movement boost. Hint, hint. Not that that's implying anything for later. I meant to unload the infantry there. And that wasn't... I can't even blame that on my controller. That was a genuine misclick. 1, 2, 3. Just in case there's an artillery in there. I'm going to be a little cautious with this tank right now. Oh, hi, infantry. I need to get rid of that infantry eventually anyway. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing. So, yeah, I think the turns for an S rank are a little generous on this map, but I don't want to be too cocky in that regard. So, in fact, for the sake of, like, technique score, I should probably retreat some of my units in here. Don't really want this tank to hit the transport copter, though. Okay, yeah, you just be a coward, transport copter. Only lost one, so yeah, basically, Andy's hyper repair is more useful than you might think on maps where you have very limited deployment slots. Okay, now that the bomber's down, this cruiser has mostly served its purpose, although she already had a sub up, unless she has a second sub. Makes it sound like I'm talking about Subway sandwiches here, but I'm not. Is that what they're actually named after, because they look like submarines? I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. Yeah, I think... Yeah, there's a fighter up there. I know there's a fighter up there, and that's my main worry right now. So, okay, you're in the reef. I'm sorry, but that just made me think of the Pirates of the Caribbean line. We must have hit a reef! It's not a reef! What is it? The Kraken! I admit that I have a weird soft spot for Dead Man's Chest as when I was younger, even though I fully admit it's not a particularly great movie. Like, I think critically At World's End did better, but At World's End was by far my least favorite of the three. Like, I actually did think At World's End was genuinely terrible when I first watched it. Like, as long as I get away from that artillery, it's not really going to be much of a threat, so let's shoot this. Yeah, that was the era where it was fashionable to have two-part movies and end the first one on a cliffhanger. Which is something where the Trails franchise didn't really get the memo, but Trails cliffhangers are usually not that bad. I say usually. I don't know where that fighter is, and I don't like that. Missile's gonna go here. Sub is gonna go scouting. Still can't see the fighter. That's really, really bad. You're gonna go running up there. I'll probably get more out of this mech if I load it in a transport right now. Okay. Moment of truth. Is there an artillery in that wood, or was I paranoid for nothing? There was not, but there might be one here. With Sonja, you're never paranoid for nothing. Like, Sonja is just the paranoia-inducing commander. That's kind of her main gimmick, really. I was about to say, I doubt she has stuff up there, but she does. Well, there goes my shot at an HQ capture victory for the most part. This seems weird, but, like, again, it is inefficient to end your movement inside a transport. Let me just check. Yeah, if I move my T-copter anywhere, it has to be something that is in range of the missiles, so I'm gonna... Let me just see. Okay. Yeah, I can put you here. Because if I do end up baiting the fighter out with the T-copter, that's not the worst thing in the world. Because then it gets hit by the cruiser and by the missiles. I guess you could say it's getting hit by cruise missiles. Oh, hi tank. Yeah, that's not a good position to be in. First striking me from a road. Yeah, I thought you'd do that. I mean, I am on a city and you're only on a forest, and you also have Sonja's bad luck. And that still came out even. I mean, coming out even from getting first struck is still actually quite good, but still. Oh, I do not like this one bit. Submarine. Could you do me the favor of trying to scout out that fighter, please? Still can't see it. Still can't see it. It would be really great if his infantry did actually manage to get the HQ. I know there's a rocket somewhere in the vicinity. The rocket can definitely shoot down to here, which means it actually has to be here now that I think about it, because it couldn't be any further up. Yeah, she's probably going to get a second enhanced vision. You know, it's actually kind of funny that I've never managed to make a single "You Sunk My Battleship" reference in this entire playthrough, but I guess I have now. Right then. I need, because if you dart back off into the fog, I'll never find you. Well, you're getting repaired for 2 HP, though, after this. Got the battleship there. Maybe I should have left the mech on that island. Yeah, because I'm still thinking I kind of want to try and route this map, even though I don't know how... I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that within the, I was going to say within the turn limit, but... this terrain is not good for my anti-air right now. And my missile, and it's just... it's just that fighter, I don't like that fighter. So that, I know that's on 7 HP. I can't really afford to move my copter that far up, though. And in this state, I'm going to probably fire rather than capture. Normally, that's not a good thing to do, but I kind of have to in this situation. And even though you'd think... Well, actually, no, a mech and an infantry probably wouldn't logically be able to join because they use different weapons. It's not like the infantry unit carries spare bazookas. Unless the fighter isn't in one of those woods. Just... I do not like the fact this missile's sitting around being useless. Again, I'm trying to bait that fighter. Where are you? As somebody in Sly would say, it is a joy, a treat to watch you buzzing around like a fly. Dance, fly, dance! Is this gonna actually kill me? That's not good. And I lose vision to that entire area, crap. Maybe it was this mission that I should have been worried about, not the previous Sonja one. Okay, she's got 6 units left. Okay, please tell me the fighter is at least around here somewhere. There it is, okay. Well, I can hit it with my cruiser, though if I do that, my cruiser gets shot by rockets, so... Right. Here is the slight issue, and by slight issue I mean considerable issue. Because she's also probably getting enhanced vision this turn as well. Let me just check. Oh yeah, she might not get it. But yeah, no, I can't afford to range very far forward when she has enhanced vision. Or enhanced vision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's... just losing that tank was actually bad. Was significantly bad. Also, this guy right here is going to be able to be spotted, and if there's like a rocket in here, I'm kind of done, so I'm going to move you back a little bit. Could try and pick this guy up and ferry him to the HQ in another direction. I suppose it's possible. Doubt this is going to do much, but you're going to go in there. This copter can technically go out of fighter range if it goes there. I do kind of like how the AI keeps units, keeps fighters around the HQ to ward off transport copters. Okay. Can't afford to creep. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is definitely a rocket there, so... Anti-air is probably famous last words, safe there. Suppose we'll find out if there's an artillery in there. Unfortunately, I only have a pathetic 1 vision rocket in this area. Oh, that's where the rocket is. Interesting, but with enhanced vision, she'll be able to shoot my cruiser, so, oh, that's not good. Slight change of plans. Yeah, let's hit you. Let's also hit the fighter. I only took out 1 plane in that squadron. And yeah, don't like the fact that that rocket is still there. Because it will have 4 vision with Sonja. Okay, this could end up backfiring horribly, but we'll see what happens.
Number of enemy troops. Location. Got it. Enhanced vision.
So there's this patchwork of dark tiles in this map now. Okay, so... Okay, going for the APC. Good. I love it when the AI takes shots at ships with tanks. Oh, that was a bad luck roll. That was definitely a bad luck roll. It's just always interesting when that happens. Now, please get a bad luck roll here so my copper doesn't actually die. Good, okay then. That may have been a bad luck roll. Like, the 1.1 times power multiplier does do a little to offset Sonja's bad luck, but it's still a bit of a thing. However, speaking of things that are a bit of a thing, haha! Now I can do this! Don't even know if this fighter will die. Oh no, it's like 6.58. Ooh, that's annoying. That's incredibly annoying. I do not like that at all. But now I kinda have to do this. Okay, reduced to 2. Don't have hyper repair just yet. %, is not going to be nearly enough to take the bite out of those rockets, at least for how weak some of my units are. Although, I can get this mech a little close to the HQ, and you can go there. I'd be very surprised if I do actually S-rank this. I probably, well, we'll see what happens. I'm probably okay. I don't like that I don't have hyper repair right now, though. I was gonna wish that hyper repair restored fuel and ammo at this point. I don't think it definitely, yeah, it doesn't. CO powers that restore fuel and ammo, I believe you only really get those in Advance Wars 2. Though I still think one incredibly dumb thing is that in Days of Ruin, one of the main villains, who is supposed to be a terrifying, intimidating dictator, has a CO power, and all it does is resupply all units.
I can fix anything.
It's just, like, why? Why would you give one of your main villains that? And in the American version, it's just called Supply Chain. It's actually one thing about Days of Ruin that I wanted to talk about in these videos at some point. I actually did in a failed take of an earlier thing. You know, I kind of feel like no matter what happens, I get this HQ in 3 turns anyway, so I'm just going to start capturing with the weakened mech. Yeah, as I was saying, so the American translation of Days of Ruin is typically a lot more, typically a lot more memorable, and it's a lot punchier. It has a lot more personality in it. But there is one area where it actually doesn't, in my opinion, and that is the CO power names. In the American version, a lot of them sound really lame compared to the European names, when it's usually the opposite. For example, I think New Era is a much cooler sounding name for Will's power than Rally Cry. Lifeline for Brenner is much better than Reinforce. High Command for this villain character that I'm talking about is so much more intimidating of a villain power name than Supply Chain. One of the other villains has Apocalypse instead of Firestorm. And also like, and especially Waylon. Like, Wingman is a lame power name. You know what his power name is in the European version? Bad Company. I just think that, honestly, would just sound really, really cool, if like, say, Days of Ruin had voice acting, just like this one. I can seriously just picture Waylon, because, like, in my head, I picture Waylon with, a kind of an exaggerated southern accent, but not like the cool southern accent like Grit. I mean like the kind of really, no offense to any actual American southerners, the kind of really smarmy southerner accent. I picture him sounding like that, and I can just seriously picture him with voice acting going, "Bad company," when he uses his power. I probably did that horribly, but yeah. Okay, I have to hold out for one more turn. I can attempt to see if there's anything in here. There was not! Oh, there was you though. How have I only lost 2 units? I could have sworn that I lost way more than that. Meanwhile, that missile's just gonna hang back down there. And, oh, actually, that T-Copter's movement was not useless, because I can do this now. You escaped me for too long, random tank.
What?
Oh. I routed this map by accident, okay then. I had no idea that was her last unit. And so Sammy suddenly gets here just in time to witness that last tank explode.
Whoa.
Not really. As I said when I first went over Andy, having no strength in advance is actually a very big weakness.
It's quite simple.
So what, the playstyle you're encouraging with Andy is just being an idiot and then just going, oh, I don't need to worry about my units, I can just hyper repair when I make mistakes. That's not a good way to play Andy, by the way, at all. And if things get rough, you use the better characters. I still think Andy is better than you would think in this game.
No.
Yes, take care of each other. I just killed like a large portion of your armies, but well, I hope you have stuff left over to face this true enemy.
Huh?
Yeah, Sonja's a thing in the first game.
Oh, come on!
I love how just Max. What did I miss? Nope, just ends.
I'm gonna find those new tools.
Andy. Oh wow, that was perfect. I did not expect that to be a perfect score, but hey, well, that's cool. Did I perfect score all 3 of Sonja's maps? Because if I did, that's probably a good assessment in her mind. Just Andy. I can't just... I like Andy in the reboot camp. I actually think he's a really endearing character, and that surprises me immensely, because he's so dumb. But anyway, on that note, our conflict with Gold Comet is officially over. We're never going to be fighting them again, so who are we going to fight next? Well, it's somebody we haven't seen before. And in my opinion, the most awkward characterization in the first game. I have a lot to rant about that next time. Actually, wait, hang on a second. I keep prematurely ending things because we should...
Look who's here!
Yep, I thought so. We can actually get Sonja now. So now we can handicap ourselves in non-Fog of War maps. Dinky dinky dink 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 dong. I am a Sonja. I'm so sorry, but that is actually how I would hear the first few notes of her theme every time. But yes, we have her now. Okay, so for real, I will see you all next time.